Howdy folks, Sniper Trader here. Today I want to go through a quick walkthrough of my Income Tracker Pro so y'all can see what all it can do and how easy it is to set up and everything. So let's get into it. First page here is Start Here. You can see these sheets or tabs or whatever you want to call them down here at the bottom. Start here. This is all the instructions. Tells you what to do, how to go about it. This tab, after this tab you go to Setup, and then we'll go there, Setup. So in this tab you can see that all of these yellow cells are manual entry. If they're gray, they are auto-populated or auto-calculated. I made this live. This is actually has live data in it for current price, which is the previous day's close. But I left it editable, however you say that word, editable, because some tickers will throw an error. And if you get an error, you can just manually enter the yesterday's close, or you can Google why does Google Sheets have an error on this ticker, and it may give you some kind of special formula to plug in. But it's really simple, and you get your totals down below. Not sure why I totaled shares down here, but oh well. This is your total cost basis, and this is your total market value. And let's see, up here you can enter the portfolio name, your name, what year it is. If you have a monthly income goal, you can stick it in here. And then annual income goal would be obviously 12 times your monthly goal. And you can put in a expected dividend yield right here, which will auto calculate in the goal sheet later on down the road that we'll look at. So that's that sheet pretty much. There's some more instructions down here explaining how that works. Next tab is Data Store. This tab is all manual entry as well. You have to enter these manually, because if you pull them from the setup sheet, it'll mess up sorting. So just keep that in mind. You could just copy all your symbols and then come over here and paste them here. Just don't link the two sheets together, if you understand what I mean. If you don't, that's fine. Just copy and paste all your symbols here. And then you put all your dividends in each month. Now, I do this weekly, every weekend. I'll do like from the first of the month till the current day, and I'll run a history in my broker. I use Schwab. It's pretty easy. You enter a custom dates for your history. Put August 1st to whatever the current date is on the weekend is how I do it. Or you could do it monthly if you wanted to. But it tells you that, and you plug in each ticker's dividend. So far this month, these are all of my dividends received so far. In this July column, since I started this spreadsheet in July, this is my all-time dividends, because I didn't really feel like going back and doing each month and previous years and stuff like that. But you can do it however you want. If you wanted to do all that work and put it in each month, you could. So that's about all there is to manual entry stuff. And then we'll come over to the position tracker. This all auto-populates. Stupid thing. So it pulls in all your tickers, quantity, cost basis, live price, market value. These all pull from the setup sheet. And these monthly things all pull from the data store sheet. And of course it totals everything across the column. So you can see what your total paid. Mine's kind of a lie because I didn't make $134,000 all this year because I put all-time dividends in July. But you get the point. And then it totals your NAV gain money, NAV gain percentage. And I've got these color coded by whatever data's in the columns. Green is good. Red is bad, I guess. Yellow is above 0 but below 10%. So yellow is good, but it's worth watching if you're concerned about NAV. I don't really worry about it too much, depending on my total return. So dividends all time calculates all of the months and then prior year's dividends, but that's a thing you don't worry about till the end of the year. And over here we have total return money and total return percent. And as you can see, my total returns are looking really good. I've only got one red. When I first started this sheet in July, right now, I have it calculate how many positions you have down here in that cell right there. So when I started this thing, I had 57 positions, I think. And there was a lot of red, man, in my total return. Either red, red. So that's how you know, man, that it's time to start thinking about ditching positions. I should have recorded that kind of stuff. Like this one here, I'm watching. This is, oh no, that's Tesla, just a stock. So it's just down, that's all. And it don't even pay a dividend, so not real worried about that. It'll come up eventually. But if you're dividend paying ETFs or whatever are getting red, time to start thinking about ditching that sucker, especially if you've held it for a while. Some of my positions are new, so they don't really have very much dividends in them yet. So that's another thing to keep in mind. You know, you don't want to sell something if it's a brand new position and you haven't given it time to have some history behind it. And then next, and come down here and you can see your total return dollars and percent. So right now my portfolio is basically making a 29% total return, which is pretty awesome in my mind. Monthly income. This is where this sheet just kind of tracks your months. It basically so you can see trends. And the reason we want to see trends, I'll talk about later. And as you can see on all these sheets, I've like saved or frozen the headers and the ticker columns. So when you scroll around and stuff, you don't lose track of whatever you're looking at, which is another pretty cool feature. And then the next tab is the portfolio snapshot. This is where you can see your monthly goal and your annual goals. And like if you make monthly contributions, you can put them in these columns. I should probably turn these yellow, I guess. This 18,000 in July came from another piece of crap broker that I had. I closed that account out, so I dumped all the money into this account. But if you just like donate part of your paycheck every month or something into your income account, you can just track that here. You can, 500 a month or 100 a month or whatever you do, and that'll all total up across here, and you can see how you're doing on your goals at the end of the year. Hopefully you're doing what you want. And where is that other one at? Let me see. Health scorecard. Here's where you can do your trends. I've made these like pop down things. You can look at your monthly income and your NAVs and stuff, and you can see if it's rising or flat or declining or whatever. Same with your distributions. And then if you're thinking about taking an action, you can put it in there: hold, buy more, monitor, consider exiting. So that can kind of come in handy, I guess, for note takers. And of course you have up to 50 positions. That's how I made the sheet for now. Goal dashboard. This is where you can see your all-time dividends, your total returns. Here's your goal tracker. Every month at the end of every month you have to update this manually. So at the end of August I'll be sticking an 8 in there. This calculates the what does that calculate? Portfolio needed for goal, and then it tells you how many years. So I've got, for my goal of, what did I put in there? I want 180,000 a year. That's kind of high. I should probably lower that. But anyway, it says here it'll take me 26 years to do that. And I'm not old. I'm too old for that. But anyway, I already make pretty decent money. But yeah, that's the Income Tracker Pro 50 position version. So I'll put a link to it in the description if you want to check it out. In the next video, I'm going to show y'all how easy this is to set up, especially if you download CSV files from your broker or whatever. It's real easy, copy paste setup. Probably takes 10 minutes. I'll catch y'all later. Thanks for watching.